Hey mama, are you tired of feeling stressed and overwhelmed trying to grow your online business with your babies at home? You desire more flexibility in your day, allowing you to pour into your family, yourself, and your business without running yourself into the ground. Mama, you can build your dream business and do it in a way that fits your current season of life. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Welcome to the Mama Turned Mompreneur podcast. I'm your host, Andria Singletary, daughter of the king, wife, mama of two, and life and business coach for mompreneurs. On this podcast, you will learn business strategies made for mamas just like you, who desire to be successful CEOs and fully present mamas without stress or overwhelm. So whether you're an entrepreneur who transitioned to a mompreneur or a mama turned mompreneur, I am here to support you. So grab your coffee, notebook, and pen, put in those earbuds, and let's dig in. Hey, mama. Welcome to another episode of the CEO Mama Confessions. Today's confessions is all about how running a business is hard and what to do when you feel like burning your business to the ground. One thing I want to say is that running a business is hard. Running a business as a mom is an Olympic sport. I don't care what anybody says. It adds another layer to this whole entrepreneurial thing. And having those moments when we want to burn our business to the ground, when we want to burn our business down, is completely normal. I know that consuming people's social media content and different things like that, we see the highlight reels, right? But I promise you, every business owner experiences those feelings. Every business owner has those moments where it's like, maybe I should just burn this thing down. Maybe I should be done with it. And so we're going to dive into why these feelings come up. I'm going to give you guys a few different scenarios of when these feelings may come up and what to actually do when that happens, because it's going to happen, whether you've experienced it before or maybe you haven't experienced these feelings yet. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen more than once. It is a normal part of running a business. So why do these feelings come up? The number one reason I say these feelings come up is that something is going on in your personal life, something that you don't have control over. And so in order to have that sense of control, you hyper-focus on your business and you find problems with your business when they aren't really there. I say this is the number one scenario or situations in which, those feelings of wanting to burn your business down to the ground comes up, because it's the number one for me. And I see it with my clients too. Just to give you guys an example. So when we got the diagnosis for my son, being diagnosed with autism, although we expected the results to come out as they did, I still felt a loss of a sense of control in my life. Because essentially with my son, he kind of changed overnight, so to speak. A lot of the behaviors we weren't seeing, we were now seeing. And so I had to really relearn him. And not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just I no longer felt in control. Our family dynamics changed drastically. Anticipating certain things that I used to be able to I know he will respond this way, respond that way. I had to relearn that. And so I no longer felt in control. And so instead of taking some time to really work through those feelings, I hyper-focused on my business and I started to try to pick apart my business. And I found all these things that were wrong with my business, when in reality, there was nothing wrong. I was in a good place in my business. But because I did not feel that control in my personal life, I felt the need to control my business even more. And so maybe that's something you've gone through or currently going through. So take some time to reflect. Is it really a problem with your business, or is there something going on in your personal life that you feel like you don't have control over. Another scenario or situation in which you may feel like you want to burn your business down to the ground is when something triggering happens in your business. So maybe a potential client, you had like really good conversations going in the DMs, or maybe you had this amazing sales call and they told you they're all in. And then they come back and tell you, just kidding, I can't do it right now. I can't invest right now. Or maybe, you signed a new client and you're starting the onboarding process and, 1 month in, you realize they're not a good fit. You guys are just not a good fit to work together. And so those things can be very triggering. It can be very frustrating in those moments. And so you may find yourself picking apart your business, looking at what could have I done differently? What mistakes am I making? When in reality, it's not a you problem. It's essentially a problem with those people, their own personal internal things going on. And so you, again, hyper focus on your business and try to find some way to control what's happening. Another scenario or situation where this may come up is you're experiencing a challenging season in business. And we all go through those challenging seasons. We all go through those periods where things slow down in our business, or, we're not hitting those income goals where we once were. And so with this one, it's an opportunity for you to grow as a business owner. And you may see this come up when you shifted your messaging or changed your offers or pivoted some way in your business. And so you start having fewer inquiries or you have little to no leads. And so again, it can feel like I'm doing something wrong. It's time to burn my business down to the ground. It's time to do something different. You may even be considering going back to a 9-to-5. Don't do that. Anytime you make any changes in your business, whether that's shifting your messaging, shifting your offers, or even getting more clarity in who you're serving and shifting everything in your business to focus on that ideal client, now that you have that clarity, you're going to see those dips. You're going to see, fewer inquiries. You're going to see the leads that you once had, they're not a good fit. So you just have to do what you've been doing, showing up, creating content that is going to speak to the, ideal client and everything like that. You don't need to burn your business down to the ground. But if you feel that way, it is totally normal. But no, you're not doing anything wrong. And then the last scenario is you're holding yourself to unrealistic expectations. So the goals that you've set for yourself, they're just not realistic based on your current season of life, based on your current capacity. And so you're setting yourself up for failure, trying to reach these goals that don't really make sense for where you're currently at. Now, I talked about this back in episode, I believe it was 162. I'll link it in the show notes. But you can't hold yourself to these unrealistic expectations. Like, it's a losing battle. And so it makes sense that you feel like burning your business down to the ground because you're trying to hit these goals that you realistically don't have the capacity or the time to commit to, so to speak, to commit to the work that is required to hit those goals. So, as I talked about in episode 162, you have to really look at where you're at in your life, like this current season of life. What makes sense for you? What makes sense for you to commit to in your business? What makes sense for you to focus on in your business? And setting those goals, those business goals that you actually can achieve. Now, this doesn't mean you don't challenge yourself, but you can't place these unrealistic expectations on yourself either. It's like figuring out that fine line between the two. So now that we know, the different scenarios in which you may find yourself feeling like you want to burn your business down to the ground, what do we actually do when we are feeling that way? So, the first thing I want to say is that you have to feel your feelings. Like, your feelings are very valid. Running a business is hard and it can be an emotional roller coaster. It's not always rainbows, sunshines, and daisies. It's not always like, yay, I'm a business owner. Because if that was the case, everybody would be an entrepreneur. But we have a lot of people who they're like, I am a 9 to 5 person. That is my life. That is what I'm going to do. And this because they know that entrepreneurship is not for them. It's not the same thing. You don't have a guaranteed paycheck every week or every month or every, couple of weeks or whatnot. Like, you have to make sure you are doing the things that you need to do to ensure that you are bringing in the income you need to bring in. You have to, if you're a solopreneur, you have to be the marketing person. You have to be the visionary of your business. You have to be the one that does all the client facing stuff. Like, you have to do all of the things in your business as a solopreneur. It's like, it is an emotional roller coaster because there's so much on you. Like, even for those who have a team, it's still an emotional roller coaster because people are looking to you as the person, the CEO of this business and everything. And so there's a lot that falls on your shoulders. There's a lot of pressure. So your feelings are valid. So don't ignore those feelings. Don't push them off to the side. Don't even downplay them. Like, feel your feelings, mama. After you feel your feelings, I want to challenge you to reflect on the positives in your business. Now, this is not toxic positivity. One of the things that I know for me personally, and even I see it with my clients too, we can get so caught up on what's not working or what we aren't doing right or what we feel or think is going wrong in our business that we don't take the time to reflect on the accomplishments we have made. We don't take the time to celebrate the wins. Running a business is hard, but the fact that you have built this business from nothing, and I don't care if you are making $5 in your business or 10K, per month. The fact that you are doing anything with this business, the fact that you are serving any clients with this business, the fact that you are pouring into this business, mapping out offers, all of these different things, that is huge. That is an accomplishment in and of itself. And so I bring this up because this is like a mindset thing where we will ignore the good stuff, but we will hyper focus on anything we feel it's negative. And so that is why in Life and Seasons coaching, like, we really work on mindset. One of the things that I have my clients do before we meet for our one-on-one call is that they fill out this questionnaire. And one of the questions that's on there is, what is at least one win from this previous month? Like, what are you celebrating? Because I want them to take the time to reflect and think about, like, wow, I did do that. I did these things. I did X, Y, and Z. And we talk about it on the coaching call and really have them like reflect on it, think about it, celebrate it. Anytime my clients share wins with me, I ask, how are you going to celebrate? What are you going to go do to celebrate? Because it's huge. And you have to keep that mindset as a business owner. So when you're having those hard days, when you feel like burning your business down to the ground, you can go back to, wait a minute, I did this in my business. I made these moves in my business. For me personally, that looks like in my phone, and I've shared with you guys before, I have a album where I've taken screenshots from like any testimonials, any client feedback, just to kind of, fill my cup, to remind me why I'm doing this, why I keep going and everything, to give me that oxytocin that I need to get my mood up and everything like that. And so that's what you have to do. You have to reflect on the positives. And then the third thing is figuring out what is the root cause of what you're feeling. Is it actually that you need to make some changes in your business? Or are you projecting your feelings or, those feelings of like not having control over like other areas of your life? Are you projecting those feelings onto your business? Really sit with that. Think about it. Think about what's going on in your personal life. Is there any area of your personal life where you feel like you've just lost all control and it's like complete chaos and confusion? Because most likely that's what it is. It's not that you're doing something wrong in your business. It's not necessarily that, your business isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's more so that you have lost control in another area of your life. So now you're looking at what you can control. Now, once you are clear on that root cause and say that you do find like, okay, there is something going on in my business that I need to change or whatnot, make a plan and take action. You can change things in your business. You can pivot if you need to in your business. Like whatever it is that you need to do, you can do it. That's the beauty of entrepreneurship. It's your business. You get to decide what it looks like, what you do in that business, what you don't do in your business, all of that. Y'all know I am the queen of pivoting. And I say that proudly. I have gone from a VA to a podcast manager to a podcast coach to now a life and business coach for moms. And I have no shame in it. I made those pivots when I needed to so that I could better support my family, so that I could live the life that I wanted to live, so that I could truly build a business that fits my current season of life. You can do that too. You have that freedom, mama. Okay, so I got some homework for you. So if you are currently feeling like you want to burn your business down and you're just feeling down or overwhelmed with your business, sit in those feelings. Do not ignore them or push them to like the back of your mind or anything like that. Next, take some time to reflect on what is actually going on. Is it that your business isn't doing well, or is there something else going on? Make a plan to, make those necessary changes to improve things in your business if that's what you actually need to do. Now, if you aren't currently feeling like you want to burn your business down to the ground, I want you to brain dump all of the accomplishments you've made in your business. If you have messages from clients where they're singing your praises, giving you testimonials, take screenshots of those and save it somewhere that you can easily find and refer back to when you do go through this, when you have those moments, when you want to bring your business down to the ground or you feel like just giving up on your business. You want to have that ready. So that is it for this episode. I really hope that it spoke to you and really just encourages you because we all go through it. We all go through it. We all experience those moments where we're like, forget this business, peace out, I'm done. We all experience the challenges that come with running a business. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So the fact that you're doing it, that is an accomplishment in and of itself. You have made this decision to pursue this thing despite people looking at you crazy and whatnot, like you're doing it. So that is it. I will catch y'all in the next episode. Well, mama, that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to hang with me. If you enjoyed today's episode, will you do me a favor and follow the podcast and leave a review? Hitting that follow button and sharing your thoughts about the podcast are the best ways to ensure that other mamas like you find this show. Your review also lets me know if you're enjoying this podcast, so make sure to share your thoughts before you go. All right, mama, I'll catch you in the next episode.